It's spinning its wheels. There it is.
Well, we're live.
I think it's good to go. You can share it on your own pages.
All right, here we go.
Just get the link on the.
Did you make it public, Jai?
Facebook.
You already did it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, here I'm going. I'm refreshing. I'm getting it. It'll be here. There it is. Where are we? We're out here. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I see us. Now we're out here. Edit, public, done. Now we're officially live.
I see it.
Nice.
What's up, everybody? We got Curt Kempton in the house. We got Jamie Schmidt in the house. We've already, for all of you guys just tuning in, we already pretty much made an episode, and you guys all missed it. We were having so much fun without you, and I just want you to all be jealous. And we could tell you what we said. It just won't be the same. You know?
Yeah.
Be the same.
Well, I can remember one thing I want to say.
What
I
you
asked you about your hunting and everything, and I learned about tacos and enchilados
And sloppy doughs.
and sloppy doughs.
Sloppy doughs get a little risque in the Plata household. They get this extra sloppy. They end up everywhere. We got a 2-year-old. You can only imagine what happens with some sloppy doughs. They end up all over everything. Actually, I think spaghetti's the worst. When you got little kids eating spaghetti because they just go hands in, right?
Oh, I remember those days. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like it's the non-dessert version of like when you give a kid a cupcake when they're like 1 and they just smash their face in it. That's spaghetti with like a meal, you know?
Yeah, if you could figure out if Sherwin-Williams would just put spaghetti sauce in their buckets, I am convinced the coverage would be better, because what a kid can do with their fingers, I can't do it with a roller.
That's a good point. That would cover some primer, no problem.
Yeah.
I had folks, we're going to get to a show here eventually, but we got to keep going on this. We got to keep going on this tangent here for a second, because this morning my 8-year-old and 6-year-old girls are at home. You know, no, the 2-year-old's at daycare, but the school's off today. And my wife opted for frozen blueberries. And I don't know the science behind what happens when you freeze a blueberry versus when it's fresh. But like a fresh blueberry, you eat it, your hands are clean. Everything's fine. A frozen blueberry, you look at it and everything around you turns like a bluish purple. And my kids, same thing. It's just like spaghetti, right? Like even an 8 and 6-year-old, they're not using a spoon. They're using their fingers. And then like their fingers are more purple blue than the orange your fingers are if you're eating Cheetos on 100-degree or 100 dew point humidity. You know what I'm trying to say. The most humid day with eating Cheetos, your fingers would be blaze orange. That's my kids eating frozen blueberries. Like that's the purple level of everything. And it looks like they're wearing purple lipstick. It looks like their teeth are all purple. I don't understand science.
I put a bag of we have like a 5-pound bag of blueberries. I don't know how many pounds it is, but it's a big bag. And I'm putting it in the freezer. And I had put a twisty on it, but apparently I didn't do a good job. And I went to go shove it down to make sure it fits under the shelf when I do it, and it bursts out.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's purple, man. And the floor, oh man, that was quite the cleanup.
That's the transition. They're no longer blueberries. There's a chemical reaction that happens that turns them into purple berries. They're no longer blueberries.
And I'll tell you, I don't know what the cost of coverage would be again at Sherwin-Williams, but I think we had about $7 million worth of blueberries on the floor. It felt like, and I just left the floor purple. Like it's just, you know,
it's just nice. Immediately that's the color it's going to be for the rest of the time.
I like purple. This is a great floor.
Yeah, it's incredible. Teresa McConnell checking in. She says, "You're live."
You guys can stop talking about all this garbage.
Smurfs. No, Teresa's in. Teresa's all about this. This is a great one.
All right.
My buddy Duke, Teresa, I saw your question. I'll get to that. My buddy Duke said, "Is it a wood tick?" Which is a inside joke because when I was like 6, I grabbed a juicy. This is disgusting. Grabbed a juicy wood tick off the floor, thinking it was a raisin, and just threw that thing in my yap. And your face, Curt, is exactly what I did when I ran and I wiped it onto my bed sheets. I was like, get this, whatever this is. Like, I don't know what to do.
Your bed sheets is what you did?
I just ran in panic. What would you do if you thought it's like, there's the thing like, oh, it would really suck if you like thought you were drinking a Pepsi, but it was a root beer, right? And your brain does like a double take. Well, what do you think happens when you think you're eating a raisin and it's a wood tick and it goes splat, like pops, right? Like it must have fallen off the dog, just pop. And then just like,
oh my gosh.
like, I don't know what to do with anything. I just need to get this out of my mouth. And so the bed sheets got it. They were never the same after that. I got Teresa, I'm going to get to your question in a second. I got one thing to do, which is we got a sponsor, and we always got to shout out the sponsor. Shout out Service Monster. We did a thankfulness episode today on the radio, and Angela reminded me, like, we're thankful for Service Monster. Yeah. Without Service Monster, Jai, who's like producing the show and makes the thing happen, because Lord knows I don't know how to. Can't afford a Jai. So shout out Service Monster. I've been saying, and I think you boys would agree with this. It's like prime time is kind of winding down for many of folk. Now Curt's a little different because he's down in Arizona where it's 62 right now, and it's a little chilly, so he's got to wear a sweatshirt.
It's so cold,
dude. It's chilly, man. Chilly. If you reverse those numbers and then subtract like 10, now we're talking. Now you're in Minneapolis with me, and we're making some ice. Hashtag let's go ice fishing. But I've been saying for the last few months, like, now is a great time to think about getting a new CRM, but not to actually do it. But now, as you're getting to Thanksgiving and you're getting into December, you get this like 1 to 2 months to do big projects. And if you don't have a CRM, you're freaking crazy. Go get a CRM. If you have a CRM that's not working great for you, and it's just not the CRMs are goofy, right? Like, they got to work with your brain, and everybody's brain is different, and the CRM that works for you is different. I love Service Monster. Works super great for our businesses. I believe it does things with Responsibidly now. I think Service Monster are buddies, and so if you got Responsibidly, you should definitely check out Service Monster.
Deep integration,
and so I like, to me, I love it. It does some really good things around routing. It has like probably the most robust reporting I've seen, and I'm an accounting nerd, so reporting is pretty important to me.
Very
works super good. We do pay per performance. It does those calculations for us, which I think saves us a hell of a lot of time. And I'm a cheap ass. Everybody knows it. And Service Monster is super affordable. Like, it does a lot of awesome stuff, and it's really affordable. Do yourself a favor. Go check it out. There's a QR code on the background in here. And if you're listening to this on the podcast later, just go like into the show notes and stuff. I'm sure Jai's got it in there. All right. Teresa McConnell says, I'm thankful that you answer my same questions over and over and over. Teresa's a bookkeeping client of mine, and I love it. I wish more of my clients would be this way. And I assume you guys run into the same thing, which is you have clients that are just very interested and are trying to get better, and they're asking questions, and they're thoughtful, and they're provoking, and they're like, double check me on this, double check me on that. And that's like my favorite client. It's way better than a client that you never hear from. And you're like, do they even care? Do they even use our thing? Like, I don't really know what they got going on. They never ask for my help. Like, where are we? Are we doing the thing? Are you even using the things we send you? Or do you even know how to do it? Because I think you're just kind of going through the motions, but Teresa's like on it, and she cares, and she gives a damn, and she's crushing it. It's super fun to watch.
That's great, man. Those are the best customers.
They're the best.
Yeah.
Boring question. Teresa, that's redundant, because if you ask a bookkeeping question, they're all boring.
they're all
you
got that right.
Dan's like, I got into the business specifically so that I could only deal with boring questions.
Yeah, I'm like, this is my mission in life, is to take, it's not the most boring thing, because everybody knows insurance is the most boring thing. Those suckers selling insurance. Yeah, bookkeeping is a close second though. Teresa says, boring question, Dan, is client acquisition cost, or CAC, for all new or just new clients that become recurring? I'll stop working after my brain stops effing with this. So Teresa runs a maid service business. And Teresa, I think you would end up with a different CAC depending on who you're targeting. In my mind, this is my opinion. There's no like fact to this, but when I was running maid service businesses, my goal was recurring clients. If we did a one-time clean, I didn't view it as a conversion. It was like the method to get a recurring client, and everything was, for me, was all about getting recurring clients. I did not want to do deep cleans. That was like oh man, can we charge them enough to make them go away? Or to make them opt in to be like, oh, I don't really want a deep clean. That's really expensive. I guess I'll just sign up for biweekly. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was hoping to hear, right? And so when I'm looking at client acquisition cost, I'm not in my mind with my goals of what I want those clients to be. And bookkeeping is no different, right? I'm a maid service business digitally. I'm just cleaning people's QuickBooks instead of cleaning people's houses. So it's super, super similar. If somebody came to me and said, "Hey, Dan, I want you to like clean some stuff up one time," my answer is no. Like, I won't do a deep clean. I will only sell recurring bookkeeping. I won't do a deep clean to somebody's QuickBooks. It's not a thing I want to get distracted with. I want to be a partner for the rest of time. And so I would view maid service the same way. Again, that's like my opinion of what I'd shoot for the clients that I'd want in a maid service. But I would view client acquisition costs based only on who becomes recurring, not on deep cleans, just because those are like annoying bonuses if you take them, in my opinion.
That makes sense.
Curt and Jamie. Sorry, I get carried away. I just get carried away.
Hey, I was listening and I thought, man, we talked to people at Responsibidly. You're in the business of selling bundles. Just figured that out. And you just did the same thing. You're in the business of selling recurring. Get the other stuff less desirable.
Yep. Yeah. Sell what you want to sell. How's that knee, Jamie? You said you got an MRI coming up. You're gonna be like the dude with the one-legged scooter thing with your leg in like a brace, and you're scooting around like a dog on three legs, or a dog with wheels on your.
Dude, I don't know. It could be my future. I don't know. I don't know. It's been pretty. It's not going away. That's for sure. It's like 2 months now. So my wife's like,
it's like it's one of those like slowly getting worse type of things where you're like gauging it every day. Like, is it worse?
It's worse. It's the same every day. It's just like
negative.
I can't bend it. Yeah. So getting into the vehicle is like really hard, tough, and then it's like throbbing. So something's going on.
You need a slow season,
dude. I'm so waiting for the lights to be done. And I'm not even hanging lights. I'm not even hanging lights. Like, so I'm not going on a ladder right now, but still, it's just that I'm still out there running around, still getting in the vehicles, driving around. So I'm just so waiting for it to be like. The good thing about Christmas lights is when the switch turns off, the switch turns off.
Quick. Oh yeah.
Like
done. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
What do you have a light switch off date right now?
Right now we are. Second week of December is right where it's at right now.
Man, people are paying for lights going up second week of December.
It's weird.
It's the panic. It's the people with kids that panic because they're like, "Oh, I meant to do it and I didn't get to it, and oh crap, we need lights."
So there are a lot of our.
When can you do it?
I can tell you that those are a lot of our front gutter line jobs. That's not the big, huge houses with all the bridges and all that. Yeah.
There's like, oh crap, I need lights up. How fast can you get lights up?
Yeah.
What do you have in stock right
lights up probably too.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely a thing. So,
my boy Matt Lentz, what's up, Matt? Matt, I think I still owe you a freaking call. Matt says, just tie your deer to the scooter to drag it, Jamie. That's how you get it out of the woods. You just drag it with the scooter.
My scooter.
I do laugh. Like in deer hunting now, they have so many motorized things. There's electric bikes. There are like electric woodsy scooters that you can like get in and out quietly, so critters don't hear you coming. There's one that looks like a rascal that you would get at a grocery store if you needed a rascal. There's like a woodsy cart thing that looks like that. I'm just like, I'll walk. I think I'm still walking if I can. I'm not. You won't catch me in one of those things. Our boy Flip is checking in. Says, "What's up, guys?
Happy Thanksgiving,
Flip. Good to hear from you." Bruce Martin checking in from Connecticut, power washing. Thanks for checking in, Bruce.
Bruce is a good dude.
Hello.
And Curt and Jamie, thanks for like hanging out the day before Thanksgiving. This might be a sign that we're getting old too, because we're like not out partying and hanging out with friends. It's like, I got an idea. My friends, they're on this digital thing, and we're going to make a podcast because that's how we all hang out now. And so happy, Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I guess.
Yeah, I'm outside because the family's inside, so I'm like,
yeah, they're partying.
Inside.
Well, no, they got my son brings his dog over with, so my dog and his dog, and they're like going crazy, and everybody's. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on the porch and just do my thing.
Yeah.
So I have to smoke 2 turkeys, but unfortunately, my sister provided the turkeys for me, and she's like, "Hey, instead of getting regular sized turkeys, I bought really big turkeys.
Big
So
ones.
now
And
you
I'm
need to buy another smoker.
So I'm like, well, I just need to be able to put 2 on the smoker. It's no big deal. And she's like, okay, well, I got 2 20-pound turkeys. So when you put 2 20-pound turkeys on my smoker, it's just
Yeah, they're
2.
nuts. They're nuts to butts, man. They're like
So,
overlapping.
yeah, and it won't fit like the length.
Won't fit.
Maybe I need a bigger smoker, but maybe the Traeger Ironwood is the answer here, and I'm good. But anyway, so as soon as we're done here, the moment we're done here, I got to get a turkey on the smoker, and then I got to get up at 4, and I need to switch turkeys.
Yeah, rotate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing that.
Talking about smoking turkeys, Flip is doing. I seen a post earlier. What's that called when you split the turkey in half? What's the name of it?
Cutting it in half.
No,
spatchcock.
Yes. Flip's doing that. I seen a picture today. He's doing that on the smoker.
He said,
I
I'm
did do a
cooking right now.
spatchcock turkey. I did like that.
Did you do
I'm
it?
brining it this time, and so I guess we're not doing that. But anyway,
Can you spatchcock a brine turkey, or is it
I think
mutually
we
exclusive?
could. I just don't think I've heard of it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Mine's Flip says he's got the Traeger Ironwood 650. I got
That's the one, man. And if I had a Traeger Ironwood 650, I wouldn't be getting up at 4 a.m.
this wouldn't be a discussion.
Won't be a-
This would not be a discussion.
Yeah. I got I have the poor man's lobster version of the Traeger. I got the Z grill. I got the Z grill style pellet smoker. And I got a turkey that's been brining for like a day and a half. So by tomorrow when I put that thing on, it's actually just going to be a block of salt. This would be delicious. This would be like we're eating turkey jerky for Thanksgiving. This would be great. It's going to make the best thing is if you brine it for a really long time, then when you make soup out of the rest of it, that soup is like dynamite.
Really?
It makes a really good broth. My mother, like, if you like stuff on the saltier side, the turkey's awesome too, especially the breast. Like, it makes the breast taste really good. But if you're a person that likes more bland food, it probably doesn't go super well for it. Because I also put some like Cajun seasoning in there. We get that brine, rolling, get some flavor popping. I'm looking forward to it. I do think this is an important discussion too. And Jamie, are you smoking as well? Are you a turkey smoker? Are you a fryer? Are you a baker? Where are you at?
Not this year. This year I'm relaxing. They're doing it.
I'm a relaxer.
No, my daughters want to do it this year, so that's their thing. They want to do it this year.
That's
So.
good, man.
Yeah.
It's weird that as soon as something has to be cooked by fire, it's my job. But
You're like
Rachel's
a
all
caveman.
about it.
You're just a
If it's
caveman.
going to be on the stovetop or in the oven or anything like that, she's like, oh, yeah, that's easy. But the moment it's like on fire, she's like, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll
Sign me
figure
up.
it out.
Bring in the caveman.
The caveman.
But
He's
I
wearing a
can't
loincloth
complain.
without a shirt on because it's 62 out.
Yeah.
Out there working the fire.
Kurt's out there.
I have
Looking like a fireman, just dripping in sweat, with his shirt off and suspenders.
Jeremy's a nutcase.
Jimmy Schmidt has a tattoo on his belly of a turkey on his stomach. I don't know. I can't. I'm like trying to picture it.
Me too.
On his belly of a turkey on his stomach.
All right,
Is
all right, Jeremy.
Oh,
Make
so
sure
it's
it
like
didn't
this-
happen, dude.
It's like Inception. Like
Yeah.
there's a belly with a turkey on a stomach. Is the turkey on its own stomach or is that on Jamie's stomach?
Who cares? It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. They're all great.
Dave Flip says, yeah, you can spatchcock a brine turkey,
Okay.
brine my turkey overnight.
Okay.
That's the way to go. Brian, I have deep fried a turkey before, and it's delicious. But as a cheap ass, I always am like, why did I just spend $50 on freaking peanut oil? Because you need like at least 2 gallons to get enough oil to deep fry a turkey. And I'm like, man, I'm like cooking this $20 or $30 bird and $50 worth of oil, and that just feels kind of stupid.
Yeah, it makes more sense if you can cook a few turkeys in there. Like,
Yeah,
get
you
your whole
gotta
neighborhood
get your
involved.
money's worth. Zach Marker says, I've seen
Yeah,
that
he's-
tattoo.
Yeah, he's in Philly, man. He's not lying. He's seen it.
Yeah, he's seen that tattoo. Rusty says, good evening. What's up, Rusty? Cheers,
Rusty.
friend. We didn't come here to talk about turkeys, though. I mean, we feel like we could just keep talking about turkeys, but and maybe we'll get back to turkeys. But first, we got to talk home service workshop. And here's, I'm coming at this, and I want you guys to like go through your your convention running experience, because I'm on the outside looking in, but I'm not oblivious to the fact that running conventions sucks. And anybody that thinks it's glorious and making a bunch of money and super easy, like F right off. You've never, like, if you think that, you've never done it, and it's chaos and it's crazy, and the amount of planning and the amount of like little nuances and things, and it's like, think about the expectations that your customers have and your kids have and your wife has, and everybody that spreads out over time, and now put 1,000 people all in 1 minute that have all those expectations and want things right now.
Hey, it's like you've run a convention before.
There was one time I went to PWMCA and somehow I didn't have a room, and I forget what it was, and Jamie had to like call the hotel and like pull some strings to get me a room, so I had a bed to sleep on. I don't remember why I didn't have one. I think I thought my
talked about that last week. We actually talked about that in the show last week.
We did.
Yes, we did talk about that.
Yeah, you got assholes like me being like, Jamie, I thought my admin booked me a hotel room and now I don't know where to stay. Can you help me? And like, just like, Jamie's a good dude. He just figures it out, and he got me a place to stay, and I super appreciate it. But like, that's a minor thing, and I'm probably not the only dumbass that didn't have a room that was like, whoa, like I'm supposed to come and hang out and speak. T checking in. What's up to the T?
T, what's up, T?
It's so much work, you guys. And it's a weird, again, from the outside looking in, it's been a weird step up. It's been a, like, you see more conventions coming, and there's a lot of value to be added, but then we all start competing with one another.
Yep.
And then you're competing to get butts and seats. And then you have this weird trade-off of like, which shows can I go to? And especially in our industries, they kind of have to be in the springtime, like early spring, before things ramp up.
Before spring really hits. Yeah.
Yeah. And winter is like, how do you do it in winter without creating travel issues and whatever? And if you do it many other times, we're also busy. And so it creates some conundrums, if you will. And so I guess, Jamie, start with you, and then Curt, I want your thoughts of like, when did you start your convention? How did it grow? And basically let's take it from like history up till last year. What are your, and then we'll talk about what's going on going forward. But what have your experiences been? The highs, the lows, the what do you like? What don't you like about trying to grow a convention to help a bunch of people in the industry?
Yeah. So 2019 would be my first convention in Jersey. And, yeah, I mean, we grew every year. I mean, we kept growing and growing. We moved to Myrtle Beach. It grew. We were doing 2 shows then. Of course, you know, Jersey got shut down during COVID, and that stopped the Jersey one, and we never got back to it. But conventions, you're right, man. They're hard. They're friggin' hard. I mean, you know, trying to just dealing with, you know, make sure there's value there for everybody, make sure people are going to learn stuff, that contractors are going to leave with actual, you know, they came. So yeah, you know, everybody comes to network and hang out and stuff, dude. But you want people to be able to leave and say, I left with something. I'm going back, and this can change my life. For me, like that's probably the best part, is having people just reach out to you and say, dude, like I came to your convention and it's just like changed my life. Like I've met a person, or I've heard something. I actually know somebody, Dan, that reached out not too long ago and said, dude, in Myrtle Beach, I met Dan. Like at your convention, that just changed my life. We're best friends, like best friends now. We go ice fishing together, and so it's just like that's the awesome part, right? Being able to connect to people in the industry and help each other. Because as contractors, dude, I mean, it's our friends in our home lives, like, you know, here they don't know, you know, they figure you're a business owner, and it's like, oh, it's gravy, man. Oh, you're a business owner, you can do what you want, and you know, they don't understand. Like when we go to a convention, everybody there understands. They get it. They know the struggles that we go through, that it's real. So, yeah. And I've seen, you know, an evolution of a lot of conventions going on, like you said, and, you know, and bumping heads, not, you know, just even an accident, man. I've set dates before, and then I would get a call, be like, hey, you put that date right on top of my date. I'm just like, dude, I honestly would not do that on purpose. Like I really, but it got to the point where everybody's having a convention in different, like, it's like, well, there really is no date.
Yeah, I'm out of dates.
You're going to hit somebody. I mean, that's just what happens. So, so I think this year, man, you know, what Curt brought to the table with this idea, and is going to be a game changer and help a lot of people. It really is.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lot of stress off of a lot of vendors, a lot of show promoters, a lot of attendees. It's going to help a lot.
I think that's the hardest thing for me is like a vendor and an extrovert that wants to be at everything because I get total FOMO if I miss a thing, right? Like I want to be there. I mean, like to me, the best part for me isn't being a vendor, isn't standing at a table. Even if I have a booth, I never stand at it. I'm like out drinking beer, doing dance stuff. But it sucks for me to be like, which ones can I go to? And it's like I got 3 little kids. And my wife is the breadwinner. So every time I go, I'm just out having like, and she calls me out on it. It's very funny. It's like, Dan, I know you're growing your business and this is really important, but let's just cut to the chase. You're drinking beer with your best friends. And I'm like, yeah, you would have a very good point, but it's also the thing that I do to grow my business. And so it's a strategy. We're going to call it a strategy.
Strategy. Yeah.
We only have so many travel bolts. And so it gets tough. And you feel like you're Jamie, to your point, like there's only so many dates. And then like, can you travel 3 weeks in a row? Or are you going to end up divorced if you travel 3 weeks in a row? Like and there was a time a few years ago, and this actually was a huge catalyst, like turning point for me is I think it was ResponsiCon. And then I had CBF Live. I had Debbie's event. No, it was PWMCA. I had a ResponsiCon earlier in like January, February. Then I had PWMCA in sometime in March, and then I had Debbie Sardone's home cleaning event, and PWMCA and the event in Dallas for Debbie was back to back, and then I had a general manager quit, and I like knew it was happening right before I left, but then I had to travel to our St. Louis location like the week after being gone 2 weeks in a row, and I missed my 4-year-old's birthday, and I was like, I'm done, like selling businesses, cutting travel. Like all of a sudden I turned into the dad that's working too much and is always traveling and never around. And like, that was when it really struck me is like, oh, this ain't just fun and games anymore. Like I'm on the road all the time. Yeah. And then because I owned all these different businesses in different locations and was running them, like it created this other catalyst of like, I'm just wherever the hell I need to be, which is not always where I want to be. So that was always a big thing in my mind of like, man, you just can't be gone that much. And so conventions are awesome, but they require us to be gone and missing our business, but also, big time missing our spouses and our kids and all that stuff. Dave James checking in. Dave says,
hey, nice.
ResponsiCon in 2019 completely changed my business.
Nice.
Was that the one where Sid and Bobby emceed it?
Yes.
Sid and Bobby.
Well, no. 19 was Bobby, just straight up Bobby. Just 2020, which was right before the pandemic happened. That was Sid and Bobby.
That was a Sid and Bob. 2020 was the one where then I went to CBF Live and Sean Day and I from our recruiting business were like there when it broke, and we're like, we don't know if we're getting home. Like we're just there and we're gone, and it's like they're shutting down March Madness, they're shutting down the Masters, they're shutting down. Everyone's like, oh no, like we're never gonna get out of here.
Dude, I was in Cincinnati doing a boot camp at the exact time, and we're like on the news. We're in there at a restaurant, and it's like popping up. Airports are shutting down, everything's closed. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I gonna get home? I'm gonna be stuck.
You're renting a car.
Yeah, I'm gonna rent a car.
We got two things here. Dave's talking about we need a convention for the conventions. That's kind of what the home service workshop is.
Yeah,
he nailed it.
But I gotta tell you, the 2020 for me, we got done with ResponsiCon. We got home, put everything away, and I think it was like the next week, like plane tickets got so cheap. Like I could fly from my house to San Diego for like I think it was $20 or $30. And
does Spirit Airlines really count though? Does Spirit Airlines really count?
No, it was Southwest, but still. Anyway, I remember Rachel was out at the park with the kids and it was date night. And I'm like, I just had seen like, hey, there's this COVID thing that's really hurting the airlines. And I'm like, holy crap, I could take Rachel on a date tonight to San Diego. So
we're going to see.
I went down to the park. She's got the kids there. I'm like, hey, I'm off work. I want to take you on a date. Want to do something a little bit crazy? And she's like, what do you want to do? So we went to San Diego, and that weekend went shelter in place. All the buildings were boarding up their windows. We were right on the beach. All of the restaurants were boarding up their windows. They were shutting everyone out. We had nowhere to go buy food. We had an Airbnb, but the only thing open was a Target, and we could only walk to it because the Ubers couldn't go. Oh man, that was brutal.
That's a $39 ticket right there.
But, and this is what's crazier. We're sitting on the beach. We're like the only people on the beach because apparently when you're sheltering in place, you can't go to the beach. But we're at the beach, and no police officers came up to us. And I pull out my phone, and I'm like, "Hey, Rach, we could go to Hawaii right now for $50." Now,
you want to do something real crazy?
Yeah. So I'm like, we could go from San Diego to Hawaii right now. And she's like, Kurt, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get home from here. Now it turns out Hawaii did like a 3-week quarantine thing. That would have been so screwed us.
How long do you think your parents will watch the kids before they disown us?
Yeah. Well, our kids were just watching each other because we didn't plan to be gone longer than like 20 hours or something. So anyway, yeah, that's how good I am at making decisions.
Hey, you risk on, risk off, you know?
Yep.
So Kurt, give me your trajectory through convention running.
Yeah. So 2019, I went to, if you ever have been to the New Jersey networking event, and that is put on by
Jack.
Oh, geez, Jack and
Jack Kramer.
Jack Kramer.
Who's the other guy too? Jack Kramer does all the hard work, but there's like a couple other guys too. Anyway, it was like a conglomerate of people. 2019. Jack fought for me so that I could get this extra room at his event and go the day before, and it was awesome. That was 2019, I think it was. So 2020, I got a hotel in Arizona because I'm like, this is a pain in the butt to fly everything across the country and do it. So we did it here in Arizona, 2020, and then right afterward, COVID happened. Then 2021, COVID actually, we couldn't even get into the hotels anymore. So they closed it down for 2021. And then 2022, 23, and 24, we have done Responsicon. And it really is everything that you said, Dan and Jamie. Like when I went, the concept of home service workshop was when I went to Pat Clark, actually. And I'm like, Pat, bro, I got to share something with you. These events, we've got AC Lockyer Soft Wash Palooza, which now it's not. I think it's Soft Wash Life is what his new show is. But we've got that, all the stuff you guys already said that's going on, and so much more. Like Transworld is a big one.
Transworld is great. Transworld is crazy.
Yeah,
like
straight up.
All about it. Everything about it is crazy.
Yeah. So there's so much that's happening all at one time, and as a vendor, it's like, well, I can't go to all of them, and I'm not going to be able to go to all of them. And then as an attendee, it's like, should I even go to one if I can't go to the ones I want? Like,
yeah,
people get analysis paralysis. There are so many problems. There were so many problems cropping up. And when I told it to Pat, he's like, well, you already said what the answer is. I said, I did? And he's like, yeah. He said, if they were all just in one place, like, why don't you just make them all? I'm like, oh yeah, that's really easy to do. Let me just do that real quick. There's the Conquer Summit. That's another one. Oh, okay. Jamie's audio only.
He went audio only. Now he's back. Now he's back.
So the Conquer Summit was another one that we were competing with, but now that House Call Pro owns it, they're not going to be as flexible. But anyway, yeah, it's just so much stuff happening, and it was just turning into this everything you said, Dan, about being a dad for us as vendors, but everyone's signing contracts with hotels not knowing who's going to go, because that's the other thing in our industry. No one buys tickets till the last minute.
They don't. They don't. It's like, so I can't even imagine what's going to happen. What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
You sign a $250,000 contract with a hotel, and you wait for like the week before you can sleep again because you're in like car. And all the show people are doing the same thing.
Yep.
So yeah, basically, Jamie kind of gave me credit for it, but the honest to goodness truth is that Pat's like, all you have to do is get everyone in the room and ask them, do they want to do it? And then we've all just worked together and put it together. And so now we have we have a new problem though. the problem is that it's hard to understand what it is. So you got the home service workshop
you gotta
umbrella.
like re-educate everybody on how this goes.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're calling it the conference is the home service workshop. Now choose a show or more that you want to go to at the home service workshop conference.
Choose your own adventure.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
but
what?
I think it was necessary.
Yeah. I mean, the minute I heard about it, I was like, yes, please, yes. Selfishly, please, yes. And I think for your guys' sake, let's get everybody all in one spot and do it all together. And it works so well too, in that we all have so much overlap, and like it's all of our best friends all in one spot. And so like, let's try to, instead of segregate them, let's try to get them all in one spot. Again, as the extrovert, I'm a huge fan of that. Give us the lay of the land as far as like which shows, like who's all there. I believe there's 5 different shows that are part of Home Service Workshop. Can you give us the breakdown of that?
Yeah. So the first 2, it's a 4-day show. So let me just start by saying this. The show itself is the last week of February. It's February 26th, 27th, 28th, and March 1st. Okay. So Wednesday, Thursday,
Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Wednesday, Thursday is $1 Million Admin Academy and Sales Boost. So for any, and that's how it started. I was talking to Pat Clark, but Pat's like, I sold my show to JC Chanowski. I'm like, all right, we'll get him in the call. But obviously he hopped on, and Sales Boost is a phenomenal show. Complements Responsicon really well, but Sales Boost is always on the East Coast and Responsicon is always in Arizona, right? So we have 2 shows that just naturally go together like peanut butter and jelly, and they're like the bread, right? Like totally opposite sides.
Yeah, bookends.
So so we just talked about it. So we made it so that $1 Million Admin, your admins could go to admin stuff, your salespeople go to sales stuff. And then the next 2 days is Responsicon, Light It Up Expo, and Jamie Show, PWMCA. So PWMCA is a 1-day show. So it's happening on Friday. Responsicon and Light It Up Expo are happening Friday, Saturday. They're a 2-day show.
Light It Up Expo is Ryan Lee.
Yeah.
Landscape lighting. Cool.
Yep. Landscape lighting. There's going to be Christmas light stuff there as well.
Yeah, you can't. That's another peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one. You can't have holiday lights without other landscape lights. You can't have landscape lights without other holiday lights. They're gonna they just can't help themselves.
So those are the 5 shows that are there, and you'll notice that like if there's a show you want to go to, there's probably a complimentary show that you can go to before or after it. So let's just say you're a pressure washer and you want to go to PWMCA. Well, cool. Your admin could be at $1 Million Admin Academy and benefit from that, but your salesperson probably at your company would benefit from being a Sales Boost. So who in your company, if you're an owner operator, you're the person. If you're not owner operator, it might make sense to just grab all your flights and just get a room, share a room, whatever you want to do. It's super cost effective. The hotel is so cool too. It's right across. It's the Hilton DoubleTree, right across from the Universal Studios, like right across. Like there's a little river thing across it, but there's like a footbridge and everything. So it's an awesome family destination. It's perfect at the time of the year. Like it's just awesome.
Heck yeah.
Just awesome.
What hold on, I gotta address one comment here. Andy Mashura says Owen and I are looking for the best event to attend. Let me frame up a thing here for you guys right now, which is Owen is the Andy, I'm gonna say GM of the high rise business for Kahuna Window Cleaning in Minneapolis. Andy's my has bought us out of the business, but I still like play CFO for him. So I always talk like it's my business because I feel like I'm still part of it because I'm engaged. But what I'm really so I want to answer Andy's question here, but I have to like go at this with a question, which is, Andy, what the hell are you doing on here? Didn't you just have a baby today? Well, Andy didn't have a baby.
What?
Aren't you in like the hospital? Aren't you having a baby right now? Did you have a baby or were you having babies? What's the baby? Why are we asking questions without talking about babies? I want to talk about babies.
Andy, I think, at the old AGSX stuff.
Andy's the man.
Yeah.
He's the man. But also, so Andy's got the residential window cleaning and pressure washing business. Then he has a high-rise business. Owen is also freaking awesome. And so it sounds like Andy and Owen are both coming down. Do you think it pays to like split up, or do you think it pays to, and maybe it depends on the people, but do you think it pays to like you go to this show and I might go to this show? What Andy says, sit in the hospital now, no baby yet. He's like, I'm just killing some time. Tune in and kill some time while you guys are doing.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is amazing. My wife, when she was in contractions, if I would have had my phone open doing something other than holding her hand or looking at her in the eyes and telling her how strong she was, like, I would not be here today. I'm just shocked.
Just murdered.
Yeah.
Kelly's probably like, Andy, take a nap. I got this. You just get out of my way. Get out of the way. When Marty and I had our first one, she got an epidural, and then she's like, I guess I'm just on drugs for a while. And I got like 6 hours of sleep in before the baby came. Like, we were in the hospital for 24 hours. It was a marathon. But I got 6 hours of sleep, which is like par for the course for me. I was feeling great. I mean, it wasn't the most comfortable couchy bed thing in the world. Yeah, he said, Kelly is pretty low maintenance. Yeah, like Kelly's probably just whatever. Like, what's Dan up to?
She's low maintenance. Dude, she's making a human. It's high maintenance. Low maintenance people are high maintenance when they're making a human, though, man. Oh, that's so funny. Well, she is a strong woman.
She's tough cookie. Barry Little checking in. What's up? I gotta get Barry on the show. Barry would be a blast to have on the show. Barry, some night when you're not out crushing it, you gotta jump on the show and hang out with me.
Yeah.
And you gotta get to Home Service Workshop, and we can hang out there. Happy Thanksgiving. Right back at you. Do you guys foresee a lot of people bringing like plus ones and splitting up? Do you foresee like a business owner being like, okay, well, I'm a pressure washer guy, so I want to go to PWMCA, but but I also want to do lighting. So I'm going to do the lighting one too, and then try to catch whichever ones. Like, how do you have what you envision to happen? Or is it kind of like, let's just open it up and let the people tell us? How do you see that playing out?
Jamie, you want to take that? Or you want me to?
Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing experience that anyway in the past recently. I mean, that's what's been going on at the shows. People have been splitting up, and I think it's going to be more at this show. Absolutely. Because people are already asking me, like, they're talking about doing a split up thing. You know, I'm going to go here and take this. I'm going to go here and take that. You see that now at the shows, but usually there's multiple classes going on, right? So this is just multiple shows going on. So,
well, if people get in on it now, the room block is insane. I told you at the DoubleTree Hilton, it's like $169 a night. It's insane, and it's right there by Universal Studios. Like, we got this incredible deal and an incredible location, an incredible time of year. Throwing another person in it's not that much, but there is a VIP option. You can get the recordings from the shows. So it's possible for you to just buy it so that you can do show hopper passes, just go to all the shows and just pop in and out of what you want to be at, get the recordings of them. But I will say that what Jamie described is what I'm hearing the most of it, is that I bring one or two other people from the biz. We're together every night to talk about stuff, but we're dividing and conquering.
Yep.
And twice the networking then, like, because when you go to a show, you learn stuff that's great on stage, but like that networking is where it's at.
It is. Well, like Jamie said earlier, like in Myrtle Beach, when you had PWMCA in Myrtle Beach, I forget what my conflict was, but that was like one of the few times I've been like, okay, I got to like fly out in the morning and hit a connecting flight and get there an hour before I'm speaking. And then I got like an hour to have a beer and then I got to go. But even in like a 2-hour time span, you can still make lifelong relationships, right? It's that networking can be so powerful. It's just like meeting the right person and connecting on whatever's happening with them.
Yeah. I think right now, right now, all the shows are extremely cheap. So if you go to homeserviceworkshop.com, you will see they're all on like a pre-sale. I guess because we were able all to come together and do it like this, the shows were able to do it cheaper. Like Sales Boost is never been as low as it is right now. Like, why? Because now all these shows are together. So this makes it really, really a good opportunity for people, because now they can go to Responsibidly, they can go to Sales Boost, they can go to multiple shows, because it's not like they got to go pay, a lot of money for one show and go to one show. So I think we're going to see people going to multiple shows here. Definitely.
Yeah, you're not just getting a great value for one show and being able to move between them, but those shows are literally splitting all of the biggest costs with each other. Yes. So now you've got Sales Boost at this incredible price. Responsicon's never been cheaper either.
No.
I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm trying to quick grab the links so I can put them in the comments for everybody. Home Service Workshop.
Trying to grab the what?
The links. A prepared host would have links ahead of time, but I was dealing with kids and trying to clean the house before family comes over tomorrow for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So I'm just doing the best that I can. And actually, my buddy James used to always say, and I steal this quote all the time, which is somebody would be like, "Oh, thanks," and James would be like, "That's the least I can do," and I always do the least that I can. So this is just the least that I could do, which is drop the links into the.
Well,
so I'm doing my least.
Do your least.
There, I did the least, and I even had my volume on. So when I turned it on, all we heard was us talking. That's always weird. But there we go. The links are in. Now you can see it. Homeserviceworkshop.com.
I like to do my worst.
Jacob says, "Why does it look like Kurt is in a closet?"
Jacob,
that's a big. If that's a closet, man, Kurt, you got some really nice closets, dude.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah,
let me start hanging up my clothes here.
Yeah, why don't you gotta just put a bar up there. Actually, this is where my wife sends me when I haven't been listening or behaving well, and so I live in here. I live in this.
Jacob Dell, I have talked to on the phone so many hours. I have chatted with him. I have never, of all the people, he's been like, he was going to move to Arizona. He's going to be at a bunch of events. I went to an event that was in his hometown. It was the Midwest window cleaning, the Tony Evans event. And I still haven't met him in person. I've never shaken his hand.
Do you think he actually exists?
Whoa.
What if he's just AI? What if Jacob is AI?
What if he was AI? Like, what if, like, back before anyone knew what AI was, there was Jacob Dell.
He's the pre-AI, because this was way back.
Yeah.
Jacob's a good dude, man. But
I've talked to him on the phone. His AI voice is it's too real. It's too real.
He does. I do not exist. No. Now we know he's not AI. AI would never say that.
Yeah, AI would not.
Yep.
No,
yeah,
absolutely.
You just gave yourself away.
I was doing some AI stuff with the kids the other night, and we were noticing how nice ChatGPT always is. And so I started a whole new thread because I didn't want to screw up the thread we were working on. And I said, "Hey, ChatGPT, you're stupid and I hate you and I wish you would just die," or something like I said something like, get mad. And it says, "It sounds like you're having a really hard day. Is there something I can do to make it so that your day is better?" Or I'm like, "Okay, we were just trying to see if you're mean." "Oh, ha ha ha. Yeah, I always try to keep it upbeat." So I said, "I want you to pretend that you're Mr. T and tell me that I needed to shape up or something." It comes in, "Hey, I pity the fool, the person who messes with ChatGPT." Like, it's so funny. Like,
it's crazy.
Are
you just typing it, or are you talking to it on the phone?
You can do it either way.
Oh, the phone is crazy, bro. Like when it talks back to you.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are out there need to, like, if you like some anger issues and you want to break some shit up, talk to ChatGPT. It's your therapist, man. I should
have done that today,
dude. Last Christmas, I was in the car with my daughter, just messing around. I was joking around, like showing her like what this can do, and I'm like, I go in there and I hit him like, "Hey, I'm at Walmart, and they did this to me. Whatever. I'm going to break the windows because they pissed me off, right?" And the thing's like, you just got to relax. You got to calm down. You can get a lot of trouble for that. Now, here's what you need to do. I'm like, this is crazy, dude. Like, this thing is just
and it always de-escalates. Like,
yes.
I mean, I say always. I've only done it one time, but like, it's so good at keeping everything upbeat. I actually have all my coaching right now. I'm doing mountain biking, and like I needed like a coach for my.
So you don't get in a fight with a driver that you pull up to at a stoplight or whatever that story is.
No. I'm talking about things like heart rate and like workouts and stuff. But like, I'll go in there and be like, "Man, today was a really hard day. I got my butt kicked. I can tell that I'm moving into fatigue and everything else." It says, "Wow, it sounds like you really today was a really great day for you. I'm like, no, I just got done telling you it was a horrible day. But it's like, yeah. So it just is always trying to see the bright side, you know?
Just unnecessarily positive. Like,
It's
would
crazy.
you just get mad a little bit? Like,
Just
give me
get
some.
mad.
Give me some. Andy made a good point. He said, you got to be nice to the AI. They remember stuff.
That's true.
Well, that's why after I was done being mean, I told it like, hey, I was just joking around, seeing if you would get mad. And it said, oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I always try to keep it on the lighter side.
Yeah, don't shut all my power off in my house.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I don't know if you know who I am or not, but I want you to know I'm still nice. I always say, please. Whenever I ask it for anything, I always say, please take the CSV file and convert it to please read this contract and look for anything regarding X or Y or Z. Like, and someone was screen sharing with me when I did it, and they're like, gosh, I say thank you at the
Damn
end.
it, Kurt, you're even nice when you're talking to AI, and that just is really annoying. That's just really.
Yeah. Well, I say thank you at the end. I do everything. I don't want. Andy's right. They're coming for us at some point, and I want to make sure
they're going to own the robots are going to own the world, man. All the sci-fi movies got it right. So I think you're onto something. I think you got to. The politeness is gonna. It's gonna.
They're gonna remember Kurt. They're gonna remember Kurt. He wants to be on the good side.
Do not forget. I said please and thank you. Like so all the houses are burning, but not mine.
Yeah. They're gonna be after me. I talk a lot of smack about AI, about how I don't trust it, and I think it's coming to get
listening.
us. It's listening right now. Like it's already
right now. Yeah,
it's
Facebook has already turned you in.
It's building the case against me right now. It's just letting me dig a hole deeper into my file. That's all.
The robots will be knocking at your door one day.
Yep. They're like, yeah, so you don't trust
Dan.
it.
I saw iRobot. Dan, I saw it. iRobot. It's not good, dude.
I know, man. I know. The Matrix, iRobot, they all got this thing figured out. Those movies were probably made by AI to see how we'd respond.
Yeah. We warned you.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to see if we'd take it seriously or not. No, I'm back to Home Service Workshop, dudes. I'm super pumped. I'm really excited. I believe I might get this totally wrong because I forget what the nomenclature is, but I'm sponsoring something. I'm sponsoring something. I think gold. Am I gold? Am I the golden boy? I think I'm the golden boy.
You are. Oops, I hit the wrong button here.
I'm in there somewhere. I'm in your system somewhere.
Yeah, you are actually a gold sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the golden boy. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was golden boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm all about it.
We love you, man. It was awesome.
Jacob says AI is letting Dan cook right now. He will be gone by tomorrow morning. If you guys don't see me at Home Service Workshop, it's because AI came and got me. They're on to me, man.
I'm not getting involved in it.
You're on your own.
I know Jacob Dell.
I know nothing.
If Jacob Dell was AI, he wouldn't have joked like that.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because he talked like he was in third person. AI doesn't talk like they're in third person.
AI would be like, ha ha ha. AI would never hurt him. Ha 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 ha.
He'd be like, Jacob Dell would have said, Jacob Dell is coming to get you tomorrow. And then you'd been like, that was AI talking. Like as Jacob. What so as far as the cadence of Home Service Workshop goes, is there like a main stage whole convention thing and then we break out into the different tracks? Is there a vendor thing all 4 days? How does that all like play together? Because I think I'm there as a vendor, I believe. And so I'm kind of, asking for a friend, like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to be at? Am I there?
Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah, do I got to do
what?
How do I do this?
Dan conversation I've had all day.
Isn't that great? It's refreshing.
Yeah. No, yeah. So we'll have a main stage event in the mornings, and great speakers, and everyone will kind of be together in the same room. And then before lunch, we'll be breaking up into other into the shows, right? So it's just a conference kickoff every morning. One of the things that's going to be cool too is that you pay $150 to get into the Home Service Workshop, and that's kind of what covers a bunch of it buys all your lunches because you're going to get lunches with the vendors on the vendor days. Vendor days are the last 3 days, so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Sweet.
But yeah, so that $150 gets you into the show, and then you buy your ticket on top of it. So, for example, Responsicon, You pay $150 to get into a home service workshop. Then you get your ticket for Responsicon for $350. So for $500, you're at Responsicon. But now you've already paid for the home service workshop. So if you wanted to go
stage stuff in the vendor room and everything that comes with that.
Yeah. If you decided I want to go to Sales Boost as well, you don't need to pay the $150 again. You're already in. You would just buy the $550, which again normally is like
I say Sales Boost is normally like $1,500.
Yeah, 15. Yeah. So now it's $550, and now you're at Responsicon and Sales Boost, and your lunches are all provided, and it's awesome.
It's super cool. I didn't realize the ticket prices were so different because Sales Boost, I think like the lowest one was like $1,000, and then there were different tiers up to like $1,500.
Yeah. Well, I think they had tiers up to like $3,000.
Yeah, for VIP and such last year. I don't and I'm not dogging on the price because Sales Boost was so well done last year. Yeah. That was like the one show I got to PWMCA for a day last year, like in our Disney trip. We had like a family Disney trip, and I was able to stop in. I missed ResponseCon last year, which freaking sucked. But I got Sales Boost and PWMCA checked off last year. I missed Conquer. I missed ResponseCon. I know I missed some other ones too.
So many going on.
But again, like selfishly, I'm super glad you guys did this because I feel like I get the worst FOMO of like I want to be everywhere and like hanging out with everybody. But it's and as a cheap ass, it is expensive, and it's not the shows. The shows aren't the expensive. Even now, even like Sales Boost was an expensive ticket. I don't think it's very expensive at $500, but like that's less than your flights.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's
the
less.
thing. That's what we're saying is when we get to spread that cost out, it immediately makes this all way more cost effective.
The ROI just makes so much. I'm a sucker for ROI. Gotta get my.
You know what else makes it cost effective, Dan?
What's that?
It's in Orlando. People can go for a vacation.
Hell yeah.
You did.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
Okay, Kempton, man, we got to know if I go and I do it as a business. So my flights are a business expense. My hotel rooms are a business expense. But I want to stay 2 days longer with the family and go to Universal Studios. Obviously, I'm buying my Universal Studios ticket on my personal credit card. And the other 2 days of the hotel, like
I'm calling that a business expense. Like you're there for business. Yeah. You're doing business stuff. You're with business people. I'm not aggressive in accounting. Like I'm not gonna put something as a business expense that's not a business expense. Universal Studio tickets, those are family time. But like I'm there, I'm getting the hotel, I'm getting the flights to do business stuff. It's as far as, and I'm just not into like splitting hairs. And so like, and even when, and we all fall into this trap. I have this conversation a lot with our bookkeeping clients, which is if you're a small business owner, you are never not working. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you're doing. Your brain is solving business problems all the time. You can be down at Universal, and when you're riding that freaking roller coaster, you're solving problems that might never happen. And so there's always this like weird gray line of when are you really working? The question's kind of more like, when are you not working? And most of your work as you scale, right? Early on, a lot of your work is with your hands. As you scale, a lot of your work is not with your hands. It's solving problems when you're not. Like when I go for a run, that is probably when I do most of my like critical thinking and problem solving. It doesn't cost me, and there's no write-off, right? Maybe I should write off my freaking shoes, my running shoes or something. But I always look at that as like when am I doing business stuff? Freaking all the time. That is what I do. And it is an obsession. It's like a dangerous obsession. And it's fun. We like it, right? We chose this. I don't say it as a negative. But if I'm at the freaking grocery store and a lady, this literally happened to me. Like I'm at the grocery store with my kids, standing next to my truck, putting groceries in it. And it says, at the time, Blue Sky Services, and we had window cleaning and pressure washing and holiday lights and whatever. And she's like, "Sir, are you local?" And I literally had I was like, "Are you talking to me, the guy that's standing here next to this truck with the area code on the phone number of the place that we're standing right now?" Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm local, and you can tell because of the way that I'm right here talking to you. Do you need some help? Is there something I've written on this truck that I can help you with? And she became a customer, right? When are you not working? You're at the grocery store and you're still working. When you're with your kids. And so I don't like, it's a weird gray line of like, yeah, Universal Studio tickets. I'm not like going to go call that a business expense. I'm out riding roller coasters. But the hotel when I'm down there, like that was the thing that brought me down there for a convention. I'm not going to not expense it because there's probably other business owners that are staying there. And I'm knowing me, I'm going to be at the bar at night talking to another business owner, having a conversation, solving problems that might never happen. And I think
that's how I feel about it too, by the way. I feel like, let's not get into splitting hairs about the fact that I get so angry that meals are only expensed half for tax reasons, because what did you want me to eat? I'm on a business trip.
Yeah.
Right. The stuff I want to eat is in my pantry at home.
Hey, travel meals are 100% tax deductible. So you just got to differentiate meals when you're traveling versus meals at home.
Well, that's good to hear, because I've been like fighting like crazy to get them categorized as not food and dining, but as a trade show expense.
Yep. I always wonder that when I buy beer for everybody at trade shows and I just like have my cooler. To me, it's a business expense. It's a marketing expense. It's a branding expense. Like, have you seen my logo? It's got a beer mug in it. It's just branding. We'll see what the IRS has to say about it someday. They're probably listening right now. But like
with AI.
With AI, yes.
Yeah, they're onto it. But I think so much of that is just like there's always some judgment calls and we're out doing business. Right? And again, we're just always doing business. We're not ever not doing business in a pathetic sort of way. Like it's a slippery slope for all of us. Yeah. And like, to me, the thing that we need to be careful of is that we don't let it impact our being good parents and being good husbands and spouses. I'm more worried about my marriage than I am about, did I expense the right or wrong thing? Like I can pay more in taxes if I like, and I'm probably like lean the wrong way of like, I don't take advantage of shit. Cause I'm just like, it's not business. Like, I'd be honest about it. I'm not, if the money I need to make is by paying the IRS less, then I'm not running the right business.
Yeah.
Is my thought.
Well, I mean, that goes, so the real question I have here, and guys, I can't stress this enough. I'm on a very tight timeline for turkeys getting on the smoker.
You got to get those turkeys on the smoker, baby.
You got it, because I have to do a linear smoke. But anyway, my point is that this event is not only inexpensive, but it's also an opportunity to do the family vacation that you didn't know how you're going to work it in this year. Expense a good portion of it for business expense. Not have to show it as income at all. There's just so many awesome things about it. It's crazy to not just sign up.
I don't know. Yep. I love the huge convention in the fall. That's a good one. But I love the home service workshop for the spring. I think it's an awesome, like equally awesome bookend. I think having a good show right at the beginning of the season for everybody to get together. We need the juice. And Jamie, you hit on it earlier. Our friends locally don't understand what we're doing, how much we obsess about this, how much we don't know how to talk to people that don't run businesses. We can't even relate to them. It's like hard to be friends with people that don't run businesses. And if our spouses aren't a part of it, like my wife still works at 3M. We've talked about having her come into the business at some point in time. But it like puts a stress on our marriage, right? It's a thing we have to be like very open about. The things that we go through, the people that understand it the most are us. And so to have this convention to like get us juiced up and like motivated for the season, the networking part of it. So we're going to all go learn a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to meet vendors we didn't even know existed and that can help us with stuff. We're going to go meet new friends that we didn't know had the same problems we had. We're going to meet speakers that we didn't even know could motivate us as much as we needed that motivation. Whatever the case is, I don't, as a finance guy, again, like you can't afford to not go to these things.
Yeah.
Now it's tricky when there's 5 of them to go to, but when there's one to go to and all 5 of them are there, and it's a networking effect. It's a multiplying effect. When you get all of them together and everybody together, it's more valuable. It's not less valuable. It's more valuable. And your ROI goes so much farther because you just have one plane ticket to buy and one hotel room to buy. Yeah, that's super easy math. So in my mind, You're freaking crazy if you don't go. You're
Yeah,
freaking crazy.
I think the show's unique, man, with the people that are the shows that are involved in this show. I think there's no ego issues. There's no, so that's kind of huge, man, because I really don't care, guys. Like if you're saying, hey, man, Responsicon is on the same day as the PWMCA, and you're like, man, I don't want to go because if I don't go to Jamie's PWCA because it's my boy, he's gonna be pissed because I really want to go to Responsicon. I really don't care. Like I honestly, I just want to see everybody get down to the show.
Yeah,
I don't care what tracks you go to, just get here, man, and network and that's what it's about. Like there's no egos in this show, like saying, no, you have to come to my show. It's just like, dude, just get here. Get to the damn show. Yeah. And it's what it's about, man. It's gonna be awesome that way. I might take the PWMCA. We'll go hang out in the vendors room. We'll go hang out in the vendors.
Actually, new idea.
I got a new idea.
New idea with our show. We're coming with your show.
We're just going.
I'm ditching my show, guys. I'm ditching my show.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming to your show.
I told Curt last week I didn't want to sneak out and go to ResponseCon. He's like, dude, you can't do that. You just have to get a recording.
Yeah, you're gonna Jamie. Here's the link. You can just get to buy that VIP, man.
Yeah. You're gonna have to go switching around.
Well, the VIP is a very good value. I think it's $1,500, and you get everything.
All of it. All the shows.
Any show, you can walk in and out the door as much as you want.
It's kind of like Disney when you get the lightning lane.
You get the recording.
Yeah, it's like Disney when you get the whatever. There's like the fast pass lightning lane thing, and then you get that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you're just embracing the Orlando vibe. I got to hit some of these comments because I'm like over here laughing with a weird, goofy smirk on my face as I read them, and so then I feel like people are getting left out, and I'm that weirdo that's smiling at something that nobody else is reading. Jacob tells us, "I never joke. Ha ha ha. We never joke." He was really embracing the AI. Said, "It sounds like a fantastic event. Hope it goes awesome." Wait, did you say lunch is included?
So Jake's a foodie, right? Like, is that the big thing with him?
I think what happens is when he eats, he gets a lot of food stuck in his beard, and then he has to like come back and kind of pick through it and decide what he wants later. And so he's game planning is like, what am I going to eat, and then try to get caught and save for later. That's just me reading through the tea leaves here. I think that's what he's worried about.
That's funny.
But is it included for everybody? Like,
yeah, if you get the Home Service Workshop ticket in the vendor hall, we have lunch. The last 3 days of it, yeah.
Let me. I don't want to put you on the spot, Curt. I don't want to like create an expectation for you guys that you can't live up to. But I've been to ResponseCon a bunch of years, and I was at Sales Boost last year, and the food was not slouched one bit. Like, food is important, and I know, and Angela's a goofy planner person at Sales Boost. Like, and I know, like, we can give JC all the credit, but JC will be like, yeah, I don't do shit. Like, it's actually Angela like telling me what to do because Angela's really good at running things and like those detail oriented things. She's obsessive about it. And man, that gal, she knew what food we all needed. She was on point at Sales Boost last year with the food. It was incredible. So if lunch is included, again, I don't want to like create a standard you guys can't live up to, but it creates some pretty solid expectations.
You're getting bologna and cheese, man. Bologna and cheese.
The hotel we're at, I have to admit, they say they're good. I've never met a hotel that's like, yeah, we do crappy food, but we charge $80 a plate.
Yeah,
like they all charge $80 a plate, but they all say they've got a master chef that runs the place. So we're under the impression it's going to be great. But what we did find is that serving breakfast and stuff, some people don't eat breakfast. That it ended up making the tickets too expensive. So
yeah, for people to like kind of one-off graze, maybe.
Yeah.
We tried that last year, and people even got tickets that didn't show up for breakfast. It was just too early, and
Yep.
No breakfast.
Barry wants the all access pass 1500. Sign him up.
Yeah. All right, go.
He said show hopper early bird. Hitchhike can save money.
Yep, hitchhike can save money.
Yeah, you gotta save. I got the Barry run going here. He said we have a plant company also. Our wholesalers are north of Orlando, so it's a legit business expense for wife and myself. She will be visiting nurseries while I'm at pressure washing events.
Yeah, there you
Double
go.
dip.
There you
Double
go.
dip, baby.
Nice.
Make it all work. Flip said that would be correct. We are always working. Lately, I've been watching a ton of videos on business management and finances. It is a weird, and I don't say it as a positive necessarily. I think like we run the risk of like sewing that badge of honor all over ourselves.
Yeah.
And it can burn us out, right? And it can create dynamics and relationships that we don't really want to create. It's a blessing and a curse, right? But it's why we do what we do. We just got to be really careful with it.
I will say, as long as you're not wearing it as a badge of honor, I think that always being a student is fantastic. Like, he's watching videos and he's learning these skills. That's leveling yourself up, and I think that's great. But I do genuinely worry about the people who are like, yeah, I work from before the sun comes up to after the sun goes down. And that's how I've been
there.
my whole life.
Been there.
But you don't go too far down the road before you realize, holy crap, I've missed my life. And yeah, but anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is high five to David on that, because that is super legit and awesome. He is improving himself. But I just, man, I look back on the years my kids were super young, and I was so proud of how hard I could work, and wasn't working very hard on my family.
And it's hard to know. In the moment, it's hard to know. Like I said, I didn't realize it until I traveled 3 weeks in a row and I missed a birthday, and I was like, wait a second. I'm that shitty dad from movies that get made fun of. Like, I'm that. Like,
remember Huck?
Yeah, that's me. Oh crap!
Yeah. I mean, because you're like, I'm providing for them. What are you talking about? How could I possibly be a bad dad? I'm providing.
I don't even have that excuse. My wife makes more money than I do. I don't even have that. I can't make that argument. I'm just literally doing it because I love it, and I'm trying to go out and help people, but I'm like not helping my kids. Right? It's like I can't even make that argument. That's why it's so pathetic. Barry says, Jamie, this was to your bologna and sandwich. Bologna and cheese. He put the cheese emblem in there.
Cheese, yep.
Bologna and cheese sandwich. Almost a Philly. It's a poor man's Philly. You got to just use Cheese Whiz.
Yeah. You do the right cheese, it's a Philly.
Is that a McDonald's Philly? What's Tom got on there? Is that a rib? What? He's always got the McRib on there. He's got the McRib. He said, "Happy Thanksgiving." He's got a picture of McRib. Tom's having McRibs tomorrow for Thanksgiving.
Hey, it's only back for a limited time. That's kind of like
Thanksgiving. The smoker, man.
What is in that thing? Like, what is the ingredients in that thing, though? Dude, it's the truth. I'm going to ask AI tonight when I get off here. What is the ingredients of the McRib? I need to know.
Yeah. I don't know why you even asked. You can tell they took a whole rib off of a cow and they put it on a sandwich.
Yeah,
it's even impressive. It's got the ribs.
I don't think it's off a cow. I think it's off a pig. I'm pretty sure it's off a pig. You can tell because the way it's got the ribs in it.
It's got their little ribs, right?
The hilarious thing is, it's exactly the same shape as the rib sandwich, like the ribs in elementary school that we got to eat that were like the fake whatever. Who knows what it is?
Who cares? It tastes so good.
He said like a stepdaddy. McRib. He said McRib.
It's a McRib.
Flips on. I said final turkey breast in the smoker, large turkey and hammer done. Well, then you gotta like. I feel like you jumped the gun, Flip. You gotta just reheat it tomorrow, or are you guys eating at midnight?
Yeah, he's resting it good. He's resting it good and hard.
I try to pull it off like right at time, but
for spatchcock, I'm surprised, Dave, that you've got to put the breast on there separately. I would have thought it would have been like one big flat outlet. You have an ironwood. That thing should like hold a whole spatchcock turkey.
I told you we were going to come back to this. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but here we are. We went full circle.
Here we are.
We're like comedians. We're back to where we started, telling the same stupid jokes that we started with.
Bro, we're dads and comedians all in one.
That seems redundant, aren't we? Isn't that the same?
I know. I figured when I introduce myself as a dad, like you just know stuff about
me. You know I'm going to have awesome jokes. Tom says, I'll be over tomorrow morning, Flip. He's got no choice. You know what that McRib. These McRibs don't sound so good anymore. I'm coming over to that turkey, man. He said, "I'm serving breast cardboard." Is
Yeah.
cardboard out here.
You should smoke it, Tom. Make sure you throw it in the smoker.
Cardboard tastes way better when it's smoked. I bet.
9 out of 10 Marlboro users would agree.
It says spatchcock turkey is the bomb. I like now I just feel like I should cut my turkey in half before I put it on.
Let's get a Sawzall. Get your Sawzall.
I got one of those. I got a chainsaw. Fire that.
That's how you get your deer all cut up, huh?
I actually have a butchering technique where I don't need a saw at all. I figured out where the joints are and you just pop those babies up. Because the front shoulders are like plate joints. There's nothing like holding it together besides muscle, and the back legs are like ball joints. Okay. Once you figure out where the knife goes, they just pop right out. Take them.
But what about the sternum?
On a whitetail, there's not much rib meat anyway. So I take the rib meat off with the front shoulder, like the whole.
Oh, you just do like a gutless.
I mean, I'll gut it and I'll drag it out of the woods. But then when I'm hanging it and I'm like quartering it, the whole I'll take the back straps out and then the whole rib cage. I don't take the ribs out because like in between the ribs of a whitetail deer is basically nothing. But on the outside, there are some muscle groups. And so I'll take those muscle groups all the way down to the front shoulder, all the way down through the neck. And it just creates a huge, especially on like a buck that's all bulked up, just one big old front shoulder. And then I'll kind of work off it from there. There's a couple of muscle groups in there that I want. Most of it I'll grind and just like trim out for grind. But got my.
And then you can get the tenderloins. You can get the tenderloins from how?
Just from the inside when you're hanging it. They're just right there.
But you're not breaking the breastbone open.
You don't need to. The tenderloins are just right on the inside of the body cavity. Like when it's hanging,
so you can get in. You just get in from like above.
Just no, like right. I mean, like it's hanging from its back legs, head down, and so like when you're looking, the gut, the body cavity is in front of you vertically, and the inner loins, the tenderloins, like the inner loins on the inside of the body cavity, are just like right in front of you. You can take them out. I've never done it. There is a gutless method where you can take them out, leave the guts in, and take the inner loins out from the back. Like you take the back straps off, and then apparently you can get the tenderloins out. I've never done it before. I always just gut it so I don't have to drag 30 more pounds out of the woods. I'm out of shape enough that I'll leave those 30 pounds there and just drag the other couple 100 pounds out. Because like with a whitetail, we're not quartering it in the woods like you would a bigger elk or something like that. Like you're just you're grabbing it and dragging it and throwing it in the back of the truck. But
nice.
You just figure it out. It does make me think though, there's so many different cooking methods and I don't always transpose them. Like, why don't I brine a venison ham for 2 days and then just throw the whole thing on the smoker? Like take the whole quarter, take a whole, like my wife shot her first deer with the bow a couple weekends ago. That was just like on a date night. We're like up in the tree together. Y'all can go back and listen to a previous. I had Mike Maharis on the show last week, and I bet that was like a 20-minute story because it was a 30-minute encounter of my wife and I like dealing with this deer, and she finally got a shot at it and then missed it, and then got another shot at it and killed it. It was a little one, which is nice. Didn't run very far. Easy drag, easy butchering. But a little tasty one like that, like just take the whole back ham, brine it for a couple days, and then just throw that whole thing on the smoker. Why not?
That seems like that would work really well.
Why wouldn't I do that? I feel crazy not to. Besides the fact that it's probably like 10 pounds, 20 pounds of meat. But who needs a turkey for Thanksgiving? Who needs a turkey for Thanksgiving? We were
just having that conversation this morning. My kids are like, if it's garbage ham if it's garbage meat the rest of the year, why is it not garbage meat on Thanksgiving Day? And I said, it's just tradition. And they're like, well, why don't we just make another tradition where we have good meat?
Like whatever the hell we want instead of this dried white meat.
Yeah.
I feel like cooking turkey is a bit of a science. Like once you get it dialed in, you can make it taste pretty damn, like a little flavor injection, the right brine, smoking it. Like, I agree. When I grew up, I'm like, why are we just throwing this turkey?
Alter it enough to not taste like turkey, then it's actually pretty good.
any game meat, right? Like you can make game meat kind of taste like whatever you want. Like anybody that says like, oh, venison's gamey, I'm just like, all you ate was from people that suck at cooking. That's all that happened. Like I can make your turkey and chicken taste like shit too. But I can make venison taste really good, just like I can make that turkey taste good, or that chicken taste good, or that whatever it is. You just gotta know how to cook. When in doubt, wrap it in bacon.
And that, my friend, is all you need to know.
That's all you need. I screwed this piece of meat up. Let's wrap it in bacon and serve it.
Someone's telling me you can put tallow, because I have a bunch of beef tallow. We got a cow earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Like you put a bunch of beef tallow in, and I'm like, but I got elk. And the whole point of elk is it's like super lean, delicious meat. I don't, like, so I just want to make it taste like beef. Is it like, they're like, well, it tastes less gamey. I've never ate elk and been like, that's gamey.
You know what makes it gamey is if you take it to a butcher shop and they process it. Like elk isn't as bad because they can usually deal with the whole elk and like you'll get your meat back. I butcher all my own, so this is like a thing I'm cognizant of. And I run into, if I eat meat that other people like took into a butcher shop, is a lot of times they don't get their own meat back. And you don't, same with the grocery store, right? You have no idea how that shit was handled. And they put flavor injections in it or color injections to make it look like whatever on the shelf.
Dyes, yeah.
But I have mishandled this. I don't know how to make this not sound like a sexual thing. And thank God Bobby's not on here with us, or I'd just never be able to say anything around this comment. I have mishandled my meat before. Don't get cute with it. Don't get cute with that. You guys are laughing. Grow up. All right.
You set it up for that, man.
Well, that's I saw it coming.
I was already you put my mind in the gutter and then you said it.
Yes.
Yeah. At least I just wanted to ease you in, you know. But I have mishandled meat where I like, especially on an ungulate, like a whitetail or an elk or whatever. During the rut, they pee down their legs, and they have on their like on the inside of their legs, they have glands where they're like literally like rub that together, and like that's how they communicate to each other. Like that's the scent that they're putting around the woods. And that gland reeks. And if you touch that gland and then touch the meat, your meat tastes gamey, which just means like you touched a skunky ass piece of piss-filled fur that is a gland that all these ungulates have to like leave their scent trail so they can chase each other around. And then you just put that, like it's an oily substance, and you just put it all over the meat. And I've had it where I like now I'll usually wear gloves when I clean deer, so that if I have to touch it, then I just throw the gloves away. They're like the nitrile disposable gloves. Throw them away, grab a new pair. But if you get that on your meat, it tastes, quote, gamey. It's just somebody mishandled it when they were butchering it, or they let it sit too long and they didn't temp control it or whatever.
When you pull the skin off, the way I was taught to do it is you just put like a rock underneath it, and then you just drive off. You chain the head to the tree, and you drive off, and it peels it off. Do you actually cut the hide off every time?
Yeah, I cut it off. I mean, like when it's vertically hanging, for most of it, like for the majority of the body cavity, is you can just go pull it down. Once you get around the neck, it's tighter on there. With a rabbit, you can literally like pull it off like a sock. Like different animals, it comes off real easy.
I guess I've just only done elk. I guess the fact that I've only done elk is bigger, but if you pull that thing off the right way while it's sitting on a tarp, the outside of the fur never touches the meat, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. The more of that you can do, the better.
Yeah.
Just smooth and fast. Tim Field says it's okay to butcher deer with a chainsaw. Just don't put oil in the automatic.
Oh, no. Yeah. Just,
no, you put oil in it. There's vegetable oil.
Yeah, they throw vegetable or olive oil in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You just light it up. My first deer dressed out at 70 pounds. Dad said that big scope on the 308 made it look like a trophy. No lie, Tim. No lie.
I love Tim. That's awesome, though.
Last weekend, my brother, he's a radial oncologist, like he's a total cancer doctor nerd, and he does not get to hunt nearly as much as I do. He doesn't get to hunt as much. I gotta figure out how I say this about Joe Deveneaux, because Joe Deveneaux fishes as much as I want to fish, and I think I hunt as much as my brother would want to hunt. But he just never gets to go. So he finally got to go, but then opening morning which was last weekend in Wisconsin, like gun season. He had to take his 10-year-old boy with. His 10-year-old boy shot a nice buck, and my brother's like, "Yep, just getting my kids big deer, and I'm just out here, I'm just playing dad. I don't get to shoot anything." And so he went out. Kiddo didn't want to go that evening, so my brother went out at the same place. I took my 6-year-old and his 8-year-old son. I took my nephew out. So like we're in one stand together. My brother went to a different stand, and he's like, I hear the gunshot go off. He's not too far from us. I'm like, guessing that was you. What'd you get? I know there were deer going towards you. Like I saw him going that way. He's like, I think I shot a doe, but I'm not really sure because it like put its head down and it was doing this. And so it could be a little buck. Like it's not a big buck, but whatever. I got tags. I need, I just wanted to shoot some. And I'm like, well, I think I heard you shoot. And then shortly thereafter, I heard stuff run by. So we'll just go and look for it. It wasn't where I thought it was. We ended up going like the total opposite direction, but there lay his deer. And it was the smallest little buck fawn nubber that I've ever seen. And Tim's 70-pound deer would have made this thing look like a pup. Tim's 70-pound deer would have looked like a freaking trophy next to this little nubber fawn. But easy drag, super. That would have been the one. Could have brined the whole hind quarter and then thrown it on a smoker.
You could have brought around the whole hind quarter in a mason jar.
It would have been so good. Would have been so good. Instead, we got like 8 pounds of trim off the whole darn thing. And my brother was like, "Yeah, man, it looked bigger than the skull." It was like, whatever. Like I in my hierarchy of deer to shoot, I don't mind shooting little ones. They're tasty. They're easy to drag. They die easy. I generally don't want to shoot like big does. Big does have more deer. Like that's the thing you need around if you want more deer is mature does. So I don't want to shoot those. I want to shoot big bucks or the smallest deer possible. Those are my two top targets. And so I didn't give him a hard time because I was the one that dragged it. I was like, this is great. I can walk just as fast as you. And I'm dragging this deer behind me. It's perfect. It's perfect. They're tasty. Tasty. Rusty says, awesome turkey equals brine it, then smoke it. That's my play. I've baked them. I've bacon. What the hell did you just?
Kurt's got this stuff and he does shit with his hands. Stuff happens all the time.
Let's see her.
Oh my do goodness! Look at that. What is he?
Can you do both? Is it balloons?
Balloons going up. You can probably you got the thumbs up. You must be on a Mac. If you do a
thumbs
I'm on
a Mac.
I'm on a Mac. But see, Kurt's nice to AI. Remember, see, you go back. That's why he gets that. Look, I don't get none of that shit. Look, I get nothing.
Yeah. Is it given? There it is.
No. Hang on.
You think you can get a double?
There you go. Rainstorm.
Oh my goodness.
Hang on. I got one more. There's one more. Give me a second. It is.
Look at this guy.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
See this, guys? Everybody watch. You want to be like Kurt? You got to be nice to AI and kiss its
You gotta be nice
all
to
kinds
AI.
of give you nice perks. It'll give you all kinds of perks.
What have you been doing wrong, Jamie? You got a Mac and it doesn't like you at all, man.
I ain't nice to AI, man. I told you.
I want an AI.
What are you talking about?
When I do this, I want my whole screen to be like an ocean wave going across. Like,
oh, dude, that'd be sweet. Yeah, like you had a ball game or something.
Yeah,
you're pretty good at that. You've been practicing.
Well, when I was a kid, I listened to a lot of Vanilla Ice. Ice Baby in particular was.
I would assume you went back and forth between that cassette tape and then Hammer Time by MC Hammer. If you were anything like me, those were the two cassette tapes you had.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We grew up at the same time.
Why would I ever stop doing this? So yeah, I did a lot of music videos with my friends as kids, like, and then Bill Cosby when he wasn't a horrible person, he taught me that.
That's pretty cool. That's impressive.
Yeah,
you got all the tricks.
Bill Cosby.
I'm surprised Apple has nothing. Yeah, it's a shame.
I grew up thinking he was the man I wanted to be. But
little did you know.
turns out
Little did you
I don't
know.
want to be much like him.
No. In fact, I actually want to make sure that I'm nothing like him. I'd appreciate being funnier. Yeah, he was pretty funny. I'd appreciate if I was funnier. There's other.
I thought, like, when I saw the way he dadded on the Cosby Show. Look, dude, I was so young. I actually thought he was really the dad to those actors.
Yeah, this is how being a dad.
It's called the Cosby Show. It must be Bill Cosby's.
It's got to be his family, and we're just watching it live. This is happening right now.
Cliff Huxtable on the show. It's confusing. Okay, so he puts on a show thing, but the Cosbys are the ones that. Anyway, I was wrong, but that's how naive I was. But I thought, man, if I could just be a dad like Bill Cosby. No, don't be a dad like Bill Cosby.
Don't be like Bill.
But hey, that's a good reflection now. Is like, as a parent with younger kids, it does. There's times where I'm like, oh man, they're taking this so like direct. They're taking they're taking this as if it's reality, and I'm like, no, you guys, this is a show with actors to entertain you. This isn't reality. Like, you're getting too bought into it. You're getting a little too, and like, I want them to like use their imaginations and stuff, right? I don't want them to be like Michael Jackson and not have a childhood type of thing, but like, I don't want to be manipulated by thinking something's real that's not real.
Yeah.
Rusty said he loves some brine deep fried turkey, but it's too freaking. He's saying what I said earlier.
Hey, Rusty, wait,
sound like a crusty, cheap old dude, which is too expensive due to the cost of peanut oil. Which I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I said it exactly like that, but I think I said.
But
it
I
exactly.
do feel like he like should have like put at the end dash Dan Plata, like it's like a quote.
He quoted me. I'm pretty sure he quoted me without even knowing it. But I'm with you, Rusty.
I agree. And you know what? Save that peanut oil and fry your French fries in it. I do love a French fry out of peanut oil.
Fish too. Some fried fish and peanut oil.
Oh. Hey, I got to go smoke a turkey. I'm 7 minutes late.
You're on that tight of a clock.
I'm on that. Dude, the second turkey comes out 10 seconds before the whole family comes over.
Just
so I can get a lot of rest time.
Yo, AI planned his turkey timing for him. So
yeah,
this shit is legit. This is on point.
Hi, AI. Will you please give me the tightest time window possible to smoke my turkey?
Yeah.
My 20-pound turkey.
The family will be here at 3:55.
And like what? You can't shut the lid if you put both of them in there and overlap them and then just.
No, I can't shut the lid. I can't. Well, actually, I could put them on at angles and then I can't shut the lid. But
well, do you own any duct tape? Can you just duct tape it? Tinfoil some duct tape on the outside of there?
It's got 2,000 turkeys, man.
He's like, actually.
I mean, Dan, there's a scripture somewhere that says, "With duct tape, all things are possible."
Yes. And maybe not even like duct tape, like you think of a roll of duct tape, but like the silver metallic duct tape.
Yes,
like that.
I use that stuff. I have a pizza oven that I put a propane burner in, and I had to put some fire blanket up, and I had to actually get some. I have some of that in the garage. I get what I'm trying to say is, it's not a far stretch for me.
I'm like, if this happens tonight, I want to see a picture of it.
And I was gonna say, like, I got to send it to the Apollo 13 crew and get approval to make sure that that it's an appropriate.
Yeah, we'll go for lunch.
Yeah,
I think you do that, and then you kick back and have a milkshake, and then you just see what happens.
Gosh, guys, I really don't have time to tell you this, but I got to tell you something really important. All right,
you're lactose intolerant.
No.
Okay, good.
So this year I'm trying to get my wife something really special for Christmas, and I'm getting her a 6-pack
of milkshakes. Oh, look at you. Been doing some sit-ups.
But guys, I've been stuck for the last 2 months because I'm pretty like need my milkshakes, you know? And so I think that if I don't, like, it's Thanksgiving now, right? So if I don't make some serious life changes, Christmas is going to come and she is not going to get a 6-pack.
Nope.
She can get a 2-pack.
Hey, I'll get my wife a 24-pack.
Yeah, that's what I'm
well,
I'll get her whole case.
Jamie, I have another talent. Here. Ready?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there it is.
Here we go. Oh yeah, I like the push out. Yeah, just get her a keg. Just get her a baby.
So the thing is that I have milkshake capacity. Like I can hold a bunch. I have just this thin layer of fat over my 6-pack. And guys, the amount of crunches, planks, Russian twists, guys, I'm doing it all.
The core strength is there.
I gotta get that layer off, and I know where it's at. I know what's causing it.
I don't think you do. I think Tom does, and that is 3 McRibs a day.
Think
about the contour of the McRib. If you ate more McRibs and you could embrace the contour of a McRib,
put a McRib, like just McRib.
I got an idea.
My stomach.
She'll think you're bionic if you duct tape some McRibs and really get the contour. Like it'll be metal duct. And
Okay, guys. So my goal is to make my wife salivate every time I take my shirt off. I think we're onto something here because
the smell of the McRib.
Yeah, maybe that'll work. So I wanted it to make it so that like if I take my shirt off, like no matter where she's at in the house, she'll be like bing, 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 and like come find.
Yeah.
I think the McRibs are the way.
That's gonna put it over the top.
Yeah.
Maybe you start with that, and she's gonna be like, Kurt, what are you doing? You'd be like, I thought you'd like the McRibs. No. And you'd be like, maybe you just want a 6-pack.
Girl, I did not tell you what kind of 6-pack I was going to get you. It's a 6-pack of McRibs. I have worked myself to the bone, but
Tom says, use flex tape. You'll be ribbed to perfection.
Oh my God.
For her pleasure.
For her pleasure. Goodness. Yeah, ribbed for her pleasure. Absolutely.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh God.
I think we covered it all, boys. I think that's where we end this thing. Kurt, you got to go get some turkey on that smoker. I want to know. I want to know if you double dip and throw some duct tape over it. I kind of feel like you should, but it's easier to say than it is to do. We'll see. Go ahead.
I don't know if I can get myself to do it. We'll see.
Rusty says spray tan your 6-packs.
You guys, I'm too self-conscious to show you on Facebook Live, but guys, if I shine a light from directly above and
you get the right shadows,
you can see it's there. Like you can see it's like a pimple. You know when it hurts for like 3 days before it shows?
Yeah, it's like that.
How I feel
like
it is right now.
You know it's there, but everybody else can't quite see it.
It's like only I know. Only I know.
Yep. I mean, then it's very much like when you present her with her 6-pack, just make sure the lighting is really good. Like find the place in the house with the best lighting.
So I was thinking Christmas morning, I walk out, wearing a Speedo or something, just something nice. And
wait, hold on. I'm confused at the two things that you just said. Oh, you mean like a leopard print Speedo? No, I got it. Yeah, I'm with you.
And I'm just going to be singing Merry Christmas to you.
Are your kids still around?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Okay. Then I want to see a video of that too. Actually.
Well, the thing is that my kids are used to it, so it's not like a big deal to them.
Yeah, it's just like an average everyday eye roll.
But for Rachel, it's like I chose this. Like my kids are like, yeah, I was born into this. This is just like their friends will be over and they're like, just don't look at him. Don't even smile. If you do this, you will cause more problems. Rachel, on the other hand, is like, I chose to live this life.
Yeah. I thought this was a good idea once.
Yeah.
Look at what I've done. Our boy Joshua Latimer checking in.
Hey! Oh, yeah. Josh dropping knowledge bombs. Look at that.
We'll see what kind of legend he is after we see whatever video he posts from putting this duct tape on his smoker and the video of the 6-pack presentation. I'm super intrigued for that. Let's maybe don't you got to film these things. You got to promise us you're going to film these things, and then main stage home service workshop. This is the kickoff.
That's a good idea.
One thing you can always be confident about for me is that I will always forget to record it. At the end of the month, for our all hands meeting, everyone gets to share a couple pictures about what they did in last month. I literally went through my pictures in the last month on my phone. I had 4 pictures. 2 of them were something I had to take to Home Depot with me to make sure I got the right part.
Oh, I did
And
that
the other-
yesterday. I did that
And the
yesterday.
other 2 were wounds that I got on my mountain bike. I legitimately had nothing to share.
Yeah, I can relate. Mine are usually screenshots of like I gotta send somebody a screenshot of something else,
Shots.
and then like later I'm going back and just deleting the hell out of all those. I'm like, don't I
Yeah.
take pictures of my kids at all? Don't I have anything like cool on here? Nope, just screenshots for work stuff. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's a dangerous thing. We're always working. Doesn't matter what we're
Hey,
doing.
there's a theme here.
We're always
Yes,
working.
there is.
All right, Kurt, you got to go smoke some turkeys with some duct tape and work on that 6-pack. Get that turkey on, do 100 sit-ups, and send us a picture of your grill. Jamie, thanks for hanging out, man. Take care of that knee, dude. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Can I recommend some sit-ups for your knee?
Quit kicking so many asses. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hyperextending,
That's the
man.
problem.
Yeah, you're hyperextending that damn thing.
Thanks. It was a great show, guys. It was fun, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys and your families, man. Hope you guys have an amazing day tomorrow and enjoy some real family time. And
Heck yeah.
hopefully, you guys ain't out there working tomorrow, man. Take the day off tomorrow, guys. Take the damn day off. Relax.
Take the day off. Get some McRibs. Throw the
Get some
turkey away.
McRibs. Yes, throw the turkey in the trash. You don't need it. It's
Get
bullshit.
the McRibs going. Get the McRibs going. Duct tape
I'm
it to
taking
your
donation
torso.
for rib patties, so just send your rib patties my way.
On a serious note, get your ass over to homeserviceworkshop.com. Get your ticket to Home Service Workshop. Get your flights. Hotel block, $169 a night is freaking unheard of. That is
Yes.
absolutely unheard of in Orlando. It's right across from Universal. Make it a boondoggle. Get your family down there. Have some fun. Learn some stuff. Build your network. This is it. This is the show of the spring. You have to be there. And plus, like selfishly, I want to see you there because I'm an extrovert and I just need to be the place where all the people
Yeah.
are. So come for me. If you're like, I don't know if I want to go, be like, well, Dan wants me to go, and therefore I shall go. I'll buy you a Busch Light if you're there and you say, hey, Dan, you told me you'd buy me a Busch Light. It's on me. Homeserviceworkshop.com. Go get your tickets. And anything else? Do we miss anything? Are we missing anything, boys?
February
I think
26th
we
through
covered. I
March
think we
1st
covered it all.
in Orlando.
Covered it all. Cook your turkeys, brine them and smoke them, and fry them.
Scotch talk 'em.
Then wrap them in bacon.
Yes.
You all know what to do. Business nerds, work smarter and harder. Go earn yourself some pride. Nighty night, boys. Not to you, Kurt. Go cook your turkey. Get on that turkey. Oh, damn. It's a rock concert again.
Him and this damn shit.